This is Blackwatch with Commanding General Yahanna, the only man to lead blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans.
God made man on this earth. The white man he made man. God made man. God wants man to obey him.
Bringing you real news.
We don't need a black man in the White House. We need a black man in every black house.
For many years, there's a lot of black people who didn't realize how deep the racism of white America was.
You ain't gonna do nothing unless you decide where you gonna stand at with the Most High.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
Righteous solutions to issues plaguing our nation.
Boy, you better wake up and see the power that is within blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians.
Join us every Monday from 9 to 11 p.m. Blackwatch. Let the show begin.
What's going on, fam? Commander General Yahanna here. ISUPK.com is the website. In the building with the heavy hitters like we do every Monday night, 9 p.m. Getting it in. General Muhammad, give it up, y'all. General Maka Allah, give it up. Officer Maran Yedaya and Ibad holding it down like they do every week in the building. General Haas will meet us in a minute.
Here comes General Haas now and Officer Ibad. What's your name again? Ibad and Trooper Yabab, man.
Give it up, y'all. Damn right. Where we going, General?
Officer Yedaya.
Mixed bag. Erratic Pandemic Olympics comes to a nuanced end.
So, sir, this is about the Olympics. It must have just ended today or something like that. The Olympics. It was aired, I think, on NBC.
It began with a virus and a year-long pause. It ended with a typhoon blowing through and still a virus in between. Just about everything.
And sir, if I could, they're calling it nuance because they were able to have the Olympics because they desperately wanted to have it, but it was had over so many COVID deaths and a giant COVID scare. There was a big protest right before the Olympics because COVID was on a rampage right there. Was it in China?
No, Japan.
COVID was on a rampage in Japan, and they still moved forward and held this Olympics. Even though it was in the middle of a COVID emergency with that new Delta variant striking Japan.
Right.
Tokyo, Japan, right. Yeah, and even though the COVID was a giant COVID scare, they still had the Olympics. And so that's what this story is about, sir.
We'll show you how these heathens, and especially Esau, you know, they don't give a damn how many people die as long as they can get that money.
That's it.
Yeah.
Come on. Like in the middle of a pandemic, how the hell you gonna have an Olympics in the middle of a pandemic? And listen, and the host country, the people in the host country fighting against you anyway. Like we still have not learned and understood Esau's motive operandi, as they call it, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. Like Esau
60 days until.
Say again.
No, that was it, sir. Go ahead.
Okay, I was just gonna say his motive is always the same. His motive is about the money. That's all he give a damn about. You know what I mean? Like pandemic or whatever. And they did every evil thing they could against black people during this whole entire Olympics.
Yeah.
Every scheme under the book. Y'all go ahead.
No, that what you're saying is so true, sir. Once again, the Bible says the love of money is the root of all evil. And no matter what our oppressor does, no one ever understands that. There's no giant conspiracy to kill everybody with a vaccine. There's a giant conspiracy to open up the economy again. That's the giant conspiracy. To get you into that mall, to get you in a door-busting sale before Christmas.
Yeah,
it is a gigantic conspiracy to take your money. What I don't understand is why everything is opening back up again so quick.
Yeah,
They send these kids back to school next week.
Damn.
They send the kids back to school next week. Delta variant be damned. That's the conspiracy. The conspiracy is to get your money because that's been the conspiracy since the beginning. Even the vaccine is to get you healthy so they can get your money. It ain't to kill you with the damn vaccine. That people can't go to door busting sales. They want you busting down the doors at Circuit City.
Right. You don't understand. All them old tests and experiments on black people was for money.
Yes.
All the syphilis testing and you know what I'm saying? All that was for money too.
Cash. And they're going to open up this place like they did this Olympics. They don't care about how many people die of the COVID-19 virus. You know how much money Tokyo just made? And Tokyo is run by America. Tokyo is just America's hoe, and they've been like that for 40 years, 50 years.
That's right.
And how much money came into Tokyo just now? Someone should get a story on that, Officer Yediah, about how much cash that city just got. All them city, and they stuck in there with the restaurants and the everything. All the hoe and the prostitution must have been a damn like printing money, like a gold mine. Prostitution. The Olympics. They was having that Olympics. They didn't care who died. They're having it, and you're going to see in a minute. They're going to open everything back up because of money.
That's right.
That's a conspiracy. Here's a conspiracy to get you back into the store.
Yep.
Get you into Circuit City to get them big TVs. Who sells the big TVs?
Walmart.
Walmart. Target. To get you into Target. They got a few months out. You know, Christmas is coming.
Black Friday.
Oh, that's what I'm trying to remember. Black Friday. There's a conspiracy to get you back into Black Friday.
Right.
And they are working it right now. Salakia, sir.
God, no, you so used to what? You so right. Like them stimulus checks ain't because they trying to get you to not take the vaccine. Them stimulus checks is to get you back on the plantation.
Yes.
Like them stimulus checks is so that you just stay calm long enough for them to get the vaccine and everybody so they can get you back on the plantation. You know what I'm saying? And listen,
they've been showing us their spirit forever. All of my movies, y'all remember that famous line, F you pay me. They don't care. You sick, your leg hurt, you can't come in, F you pay me. Your kids is half dying, you know what I'm saying? Grandma half dead, F you pay me. Like that's their spirit. And they've been putting it out there, blacks and Hispanics here, and think it's so fly, but forget this is him in real life. You know what I'm saying? We think it's just the movie, but that's his spirit. Sorry,
listen, you right. Like, why the hell would he even care about giving you $300 a child a month? He gonna give you $300 a child a month. You think this man, after 400 years and everything he's done to us, he love you? That's why he's sending you $300 a month. He needs. Go ahead, Jerome.
No, they were just telling me something. It's like they put the numbers up on the screen for you for the Olympics.
There it is. 2013 bid estimate $7.3 billion. 2021 $26 billion. Damn.
How long was it? A week? 2 weeks? How long was the Olympics? 2 weeks?
Not much longer.
It don't seem like it's been long as what it normally is.
Man,
it was real short.
Yeah, they was gonna have that. You could drop dead, right? Their mama could drop dead of the COVID-19. They're having that Olympics.
Yeah.
Guess what? Black Friday is coming.
Yeah.
It is on its way, and there's a conspiracy to get you in that store and to kick the damn door open and to elbow a little lady in the mouth and get that big screen TV.
Yeah,
that's the conspiracy. How much again?
26
billion, sir.
Now, for them to spend that kind of paper, brother, the money they make by putting them gymnastics girls' butts on the screen while flipping in the air for every pervert on the globe for global perversion to examine it. For them to do something like that, that means they making a ton of advertising money off of these Olympics. They making so much advertising. I mean, they build an entire village. They call it the Olympic Village.
That's right.
Yeah. They build a whole, will show you the power that they actually have. They build an entire city in a matter of months or a year or so just to host these games. Like, this man is about that. And the same goes for this damn vaccine, just like you saying, man.
Yeah.
And thank goodness it's over. I was reviled by it, especially I think we went over last week or during the week, didn't we go over the fact that they were coming up against, that them women were coming up against the whole getting naked thing.
That's right. And the child molestation with that doctor that molested all those girls.
Yeah.
Right.
And I look how they dress the brothers too, man. Them old tighty tights.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Them old homos out there. Them homos like to watch the Olympics too. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. ABCD.
Listen, man. Bobby, you got to let us go, man. I've been trying to keep the channel alive. I understand.
On YouTube.
Listen, he right. Don't worry. Eventually, we gonna eventually get it right. We gonna be able to get all say. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right. Cut it one cut.
Like that, you know. God, you right, but daggone, like I understand what Mayak's saying. Like, it's like everything else gets respected.
Yeah.
Except the real truth of the whole matter. Like that brother, what's the name of that brother that said something about them sodomites?
The baby.
Right. He said something about them sodomites. And I mean, all the music this cat that made about killing and murdering and every damn thing else wicked on the face of the earth, drugs, no problem. But the minute he say something about them, like the earth had to stop damn near.
I think your dad gonna bring it up. I think Officer Yedai wanted to say something, sir.
Please.
And if I may say, what you bringing out is just so heavy. The baby who initially apologized, he took down both of his apologies on his Instagram and his Facebook, sir.
Took both apologies down, Yedai?
Kind what kind?
Once again, you see, I mean, that's way too much power. And way too much conditioning of us. Like we are fooled to think that they do not decide what we can and cannot do, what we can and cannot love. If you think that you are independently deciding what you will and will not like and love, then you are a fool. The only way you could be that way is if you in the Israelite school of U.P.K.
That's it.
That's the only way you're gonna be. That's why General Mayak said what he said, because it's damn near, this thing is so evil. That's why, once again, even the airwaves, they trying to control, because this thing is so evil that, once again, they deciding what is taboo to talk about, what is taboo to come up against. And that's why I pray when the Lord open this thing up where they can't stop a damn thing, and this thing goes all over the world, because like there's supposed to be room to come up against all that. Now get me right on this. This cat is not a sodomite, right? He's
no lie, sir.
He's a straight brother.
Come.
And
it might be positive. I think that's what Yedai was saying. He took his apology down, so he might be trying to stand on what he said.
Oh, he took it down. He apologized, but took them both down. I got you.
He's down.
I thought he took down his statement, but he took down his apology. I got you.
Like, hey, also, can I tell you one quick thing?
Please, General, please. Jump
I was in the gym 2 days ago, right? And I listen to hip hop in the gym. Yeah. And I was thinking about the baby story because a song came up on my phone. And this is the name. I asked the brothers to get the song. The song is called My Chopper Hate Niggas. And in the chorus is, my chopper is in the KKK because my chopper hate niggas. My chopper is in the and he just keeps saying it. My chopper is in the KKK because my chopper hate niggas. And I said, this song, this is on my play, like this is on the playlist. Yeah. There ain't a protest over my chopper is in the Ku Klux Klan because my chopper hate niggas. This is allowed. You can hate all niggas but the gay niggas. Yeah. You literally could kill all niggers because your gun is in the Ku Klux Klan, which means it doesn't kill white people. It kills all niggers, which is what the song is about when you listen to it.
God damn.
In the chorus of the song, except for the gay ones. The gay ones, you got to pass. When you going to spray up and kill everybody, if he has a dress on or lipstick, you got to put the gun down, go past him, and then keep killing, I guess, once he leaves.
Amazing.
As your chopper goes to kill all the niggas, but not the gay niggas. Because that would be too far.
Because if it said my chopper hate gay niggas, it would be a...
Then that's it for him. No more making money. But the good thing is about his gun only kills black people. So that is an that's an acceptable song in America. Give him back. Give him back. He knows how to sell records, Mike, and not get cut off of YouTube. He is not getting cut off of YouTube because his gun is simply racist against black people and only kills black people, which makes his gun the best gun in the world.
Amazing.
So like, if y'all want to listen to it off air, where it's shocking that he just says it and it's no controversy.
Right. Like there's no problem with it, nothing. And which once again, if you are a righteous man, then this thing calls for you to come up against this spirit of sodomy that's being pushed so hard in this empire. And make no mistake, sodomite's been around since the Roman Empire. And certainly in America, nobody gave a damn. You ain't gonna tell me it was more sodomite crimes than there was regular crimes in America. Yet the sodomite crimes became the crime that was so evil that had to be stopped. Like more than drug dealers killing each other by the tens in every ghetto in America. But the hate crimes against these sodomites had to be addressed and stopped immediately, which once again, the ISUPK, where nobody else speaks up, the ISUPK, we speak up against it. You understand? And for sure, like you bring it out, this thing deserves some damn pushback. Because they pushing, it's like you said. Now, when you look at that song, if you could throw it up one more time, you understand? Which is once again
why the words, they can put the words on the screen too about the KKK.
Yeah, either words or that even that album cover is amazing. In that this is so amazing to me that this could be acceptable in mainstream. That means you turn on Spotify, you hearing this song.
Yeah.
You turn on iHeartRadio, which these are worldwide multi-billion-dollar platforms. You can hear it. I guarantee you turn on YouTube and you could hear these songs. These are the worldwide platforms you can hear these songs. But if you just talk about sodomites in any way, like that the baby did, like General Mayap just did, these bastards will try and shut you down from everywhere. And if you didn't know before, that's why the Israelite school of UPK is hated the way it's hated. And that's why we roll the way we roll. Because once again, the Lord, Christ said this, if he did not prophesy, the stones would get up and prophesy.
That's right.
You understand? If he didn't get prophesied, which once again, why we got to do it, regardless of how we're liked and how we're favored in this place. Unfortunately, for now, we gotta bridle ourselves to a certain degree because they control these airways for now. But in a minute, that the Lord gonna make it where they gonna have to give up these areas, because especially the way they coming up against the Republicans. The way they coming up against them Republicans, the Republicans gonna pass some laws, and it's gonna be, they ain't gonna be able to hold nothing back after a while. Because this right here, this should be a crime. With all the killing and the murders going on around this kingdom against black people, and you mean to tell me this Jake can get up and say that his chopper, which is a slang for an AK-47, he's in essence saying in the hood, his AK-47 can murder black people just like the KKK. Like the killing that his AK-47 does is exactly like the KKK. So he's in essence saying his chopper is the KKK because of how much black people he can kill. And brother, with the pandemic of black on black crime, with the pandemic of, or I shouldn't say black on black crime as much as the pandemic of black people dying.
That's right.
You understand? The pandemic of black people dying, you would think this would be illegal.
Yeah.
You understand? While it's banned on YouTube, man, I thank the Most High for generals like y'all, generals like Micah Allah, that's willing to stand up and freely try to say something against this. And they shut down every goddamn Edomite that says anything about their kingdom, and anybody who say anything about this alternative lifestyle. They've moved this alternative lifestyle to be more important than any black person.
Yeah.
More important. And listen, and I'll guarantee you this. I can guarantee you that there are watchdog groups that are out there saying something against records like this. Oh, yeah. I bet you that there are watchdog groups out there that's saying something, but you will never hear or know who the hell they are. Because, of course, the record companies make a ton of money off of it, and the agenda of sodomy never gets questioned against, once they decide to put it out. Like, this is an abomination, man. Like, that's amazing what you just played out. And listen, and black people playing it. That in essence, that's a pro-KKK song, and black people love it.
Yeah.
Amazing. I mean, that's next level evil.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. So that's Salakia.
Fire devours Greek islands forest. Residents urged to flee.
Keep going.
Okay. Pillars of billowing smoke and ash turned the sky orange and blocked out the sun above Greece's second largest island Sunday. As of days of old, wildfires devoured Princeton forests and enroached on villages, triggering more evacuation alerts. The fire on the Aveva, an island off the the forested mountains and canvases and canyons laced with small covers of crystalline water, began on August 3rd and cut across the popular summer destination from coast to coast as it burned out of control. Scores of homes and businesses have been destroyed, and thousands of residents and tourists have fled. Many escaping the flames via flotillas and even operated on the dark of the night.
Like a third of this country has been on fire for the last decade or more. Like that whole northern quarter of America has been burning for 15, 20 years. If that ain't a clear sign, between that and the COVID, every Edomite should be on their knees right now. Okay. Between that fire and the COVID variants, that place should be on fire right now. You understand? Go ahead. Every Edomite should be on his knees right now, praying and begging the Most High to forgive him for the 400 years of slavery. Like if any Edomite that ever went to church, any so-called white person that's ever gone to church should know right now that God is on their behind for what they did to black people in America.
Damn right.
Like anyone should know about it now. And listen, and I turned on YouTube today, and the Gadites there's a ton of Gadites who are on the airwaves talking about the end times. Like they on them airwaves out, just random Gadites talking about, America is dying. You know how Gad be dropping. America's dying from the inside. And they be tearing them up about how them Gadites is waking up. Them Gadites is waking up, and damn near like these things, the Lord will wake you. Like don't nothing wake you up better than your whole entire neighborhood is on fire. You ain't gonna sleep through that. Like this right here, ain't nobody sleeping through this. You ain't ignoring this. You understand? This say you wake up with that kind of orange smoke over your head, it ain't no question if that's the Lord or not. And certainly the Lord giving huge signs that this is the end and that this is the wrap up of this place. You know what I'm saying?
Damn right.
If I could, sir.
Just
like how like you see over in Greece that's on fire, right? You know, they said in the article this was a vacation spot, meaning the rich is going over there and a vacation. The same way in California is still burning right now. Like the Lord, like you said, the Lord is visiting this place, man. It's very clear and evident. If I could, so can I pull Isaiah 29:6 real fast?
Get down, bro.
Come. Because you got to see and understand this is the time of the end, and the judgment and plagues on the earth is coming from the Lord for what they have done to us, man. Yeah, I mean, everything they had done to us, the Lord is answering, and he answered it quickly and more faster. You got that for me, Yediah? Read, brother.
Khan, sir. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 29 and verse 6.
Go ahead.
Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and great noise, with storm and tempest and the flame of devouring fire.
That devouring fire that's tearing that place up, man. You know what I mean? And listen, not just Greece, like you said, sir, California as well, because California, with that fire, that ozone is affecting other states as well. Like the air quality in Vegas is bad because of California. It's going over the whole earth right now, man, the whole country, because of what the Lord doing to them, man. And this is the Lord's judgment. They had a cat. What's that Edomite cat, sir? Damn. It's like a dag. What's that cat name? What's the cat name? Oh, kill what? The one that the Edomite pastor who said he said that black people are God's chosen people and he's going to avenge them.
Yeah.
You know
I forget his name. I know who you talking about. I forget his name. But anybody get his name?
Kilpatrick, sir.
Con.
That's him. Yeah, I mean, they better listen because he is right. He is right. And listen, the proof is, look at what the Lord is doing to their infrastructure, man. Look at what the Lord is doing to what they have built in this earth. He's destroying it. And he's showing it because he went to where the wealthy are. The rich. How did they get rich? How did they get wealthy? Off the backs of blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians. And the Most High is showing you're going to pay for what you did. Slocky, sir.
Like, that's crazy. Like, boy, oh boy, like all of California is on fire. Now Greece is on fire. And here's the thing, Greece is an island. Like, you know, when you live on an island, brother, fire is extremely, extremely dangerous. Because it could burn the whole island down. And certainly the Lord, you know, Greece ain't the Lord's favorite country. You know what I'm saying? Damn, that's Greece right now, correct? Is that what you playing there, Morale?
Greece?
They just showing all the ones from all over the globe at this present time.
Damn.
From Cali to Greece, to Turkey.
Damn.
Obviously, you die.
I got the numbers on the one in California. It's still burning.
What they saying on that one?
Khan. It says Dixie Fire grows the second largest in California history.
The second largest in California history. Like, damn. Like the Lord turned your whole neighborhood into a ghetto. Like it looked just like the ghetto. Burnt out cars, houses burnt down, abandoned. It'd be like when the fire be over and the smoke gone, them hills be looking just like, you know, South Bronx.
Come.
When they get done, it be looking just like the South Bronx. Like the Lord even you up. You harm his chosen, he harm you. Go ahead, Yediah. Is more on it? On how bad it is?
Khan, a little bit more, sir. It says the fire, which began July 14th and leveled much of the historic Severa, Nevada town of Greenville last week, grew to 400,663 and 477 acres across, according to the California Department of Forestry and Fire Protection. It says only the August complex fire, which scorched more than 1 million acres across 7 counties in 2020, was larger.
Damn. And this is after the 1,000,000 acres. Look at them getting it on. Look at them getting it on. Trying to save the empire. That's why every prisoner in California is got work right now.
Yeah.
He's got enough work to buy a Snicker bar at the commissary every day.
That's right.
And for a brother in the hell of these cages, that Snicker bar might be everything.
Yep.
I see that? The hood look just like that. See that? That's South Bronx, West Philly, look just like that.
Yep.
Right? Only difference is those is Lexuses burnt out instead of Fords.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Like that look like every ghetto USA,
Mm-hmm.
where every heathen has come to set up shop and enjoy the riches of having slaves in the slave pits. And I know a lot of black people, Latino people, don't understand this yet, but you will understand this as you watch this place unfold. You're going to learn that slavery is the main business of the empire.
Yeah.
Like that's the business of this empire. Like once again, you go back into ancient Egypt real quick, y'all. You go back into ancient Egypt and you reading about us being in slavery 400 years, not realizing that that's exactly what's happening to you right here. And what the Lord is showing is that this is how the empire runs, even though they make it like that's not how it runs, but that's exactly how it runs. Okay, Salaki, that was it, y'all.
Come on, sir.
You die.
Some praise, some doubts as Facebook rolls out a prayer tool.
Like this right here, if I could, let me let you die read it, but this should be celebrated by every Israelite in the I.S.U.P.K. This right here, because you like this right here certifies your hard work. You understand? And for those of you Christians that watch us and hate us with a blood-curdling hatred, you watch us every week just to try to figure out what it is we talking about and learn the scriptures about. What you really should be looking at is why are so many people following us? So many people are following us. So many people are coming into the I.S.U.P.K. and into the truth because of how evil you've been. So I'm going to let you die read the story, Salakia.
Sir. It says the social media giant has rolled out a new prayer feature, a tool embraced by some religious leaders as a cutting-edge way to engage the faithful online.
Go ahead.
It says Facebook began testing it in the United States in December as part of an ongoing effort to support faith communities, according to a statement attributed to a company spokesperson. During the COVID-19 pandemic, we've seen many faith and spiritual communities using our services to connect. It says that the Reverend Robert Jeffries of the First Baptist Church in Dallas, a Southern Baptist megachurch, was among the first pastors enthusiastically welcoming the prayer feature.
Yeah, because here's the reality. The reality is them multi-million-dollar buildings that were purchased by the financial centers of the Southern Baptist Conference. In other words, these Negro preachers whom you looked at as so prominent and so great, really, their churches were bought by rich white churches. Rich white churches set them up with giant buildings and expense accounts. And as a result, you went up into that church thinking that you was going to have prosperity in that church. And lo and behold, the Lord came with the COVID-19. And them churches are shutting down like wildfire. They foreclosing on them buildings. They being shut down. And on top of that, Blacks and Latinos are now waking up with the whole George Floyd. Blacks and Latinos are waking up and realizing how evil this place has been towards the Lord's chosen people. And as a result, the mega churches starting to crumble and can't get nobody in there. If you go on them channels, you barely see any of them preachers sitting up in none of them churches no more. Like now they got to now preach from their dining room. And here's the problem with that. Evil people want a performance. They don't want to give you money because you're a man of God. Evil people in these churches give their money because of the performance, because of the building, because of the band, because they get to put on nice clothes and act as though life has been wonderful because they in this big giant church where the big giant building is closed. So now they don't want to give the preacher no more money. So he's hurting like crazy. And because he hurt like crazy, sorry to run on y'all. Because he hurting like crazy, guess what? There's nothing he can do but now go on Facebook and beg you for $1. And here's another sad part, if I could, y'all, and y'all jump in right, please. The other sad part about this, sad for them, but great for the Most High, is that you now, since you got to talk to your congregation over the internet, you're gonna have to explain all that bull crap you've been shoveling down to them. Now you're gonna actually have to open up the Bible and show them what the hell you've been talking about. And of course, they're not gonna be able to do it. So Brakatha how about Shem Yahweh Shai?
That's right.
It's like the witchcraft. The witchcraft ain't as strong, sir.
God,
internet. You know what I'm saying? So they questioning things. They hear you talking your game, but then on this other link, they see we being murdered in the damn streets. And like, where the church at? Where the, where you pastors been at? And they seeing us. That's the the main thing. Saying you.
And the most crazy. And seeing us in the street. Salakia, General, go ahead.
I'm gonna tell you, Commander General Yana said that one day the churches were going to get shut down and they were going to turn them into homeless shelters.
Damn.
That's all over YouTube. All you gotta do is type that in. Where he said one day they're going to be vagabond Jews. They're going to close down these churches and turn them into homeless shelters. You won't search long if you just search for Commander General Yohana saying that, because there's going to be 1,000 tapes of him saying it. And one day we're going to be sitting here, and one of these closed down churches, they're going to say, well, because of the pandemic, we're going to turn our church into a homeless shelter to help the community. And when that day happens, Kwam Yashala.
Kwam Yashala in that damn day.
Damn right.
Real quick, if I could, because of course, what else they gonna be able to do? And remember, here's what's coming around the corner. When this come around the corner, brother, you better get ready. You better get ready for the real deal at that point. And that is when they lift that ban on them evictions. When that ban of them evictions goes up, them churches you better get you a expense account with Mattress Warehouse, because you're going to need it. Because brother, when that thing happens, they're going to kick the doors of that damn church open and throw them pews to the side and have to lay out mattresses all the way up to the podium. You're gonna be preaching with 2 Mattress Warehouse mattresses on both sides of the podium. Because that's what's coming next. Because of course, those of you who think you're in your apartments and houses and not paying that mortgage think that they love you. They're gonna show you how much they do not love you the minute this pandemic gets any kind of control where they can go back to making money. They're going to be unconcerned with throwing you in them streets at all. You understand?
Come.
They ain't going to give a damn. They're going to throw you in the streets. And another thing about social media is you got to be kind of straight up. I'm sorry to run on y'all.
No, go ahead, sir.
Like real quick, you got to be pretty straight up on social media. You can't be on social media fronting, or people know the difference, man.
Come.
So them preachers who been BSing for years, you're going to be sitting there talking that nonsense, man, and ain't nobody going to be paying you no mind, because they're going to know you're lying. They're going to know you're not reflecting like you brought out. They're going to turn on another channel and see that the streets is on fire. While you talking about prosperity and all that, they're gonna be like the place on fire. It's a beautiful thing what's happening, man. This is, and we've been praying and watching for this for a long time. And this is
Right.
a beautiful, beautiful time to be. This is the best time to be living. If you in the ISUPK, step your game all the way up to the maximum, because now is the time to do it. Now is the time to, like the scriptures say, to make your election sure. You know what I mean? Now is the time, man, to get that glory in by waking these brothers and sisters up, because the Lord going to finally tear down all of these institutions that have gotten rich off of us and given us nothing back for years and years and years. Salakia, General, y'all got it.
Come on. If I could, so like how you brought out before, that one pastor who was crying because his congregation asked him about what was going on, and he didn't have an answer. Remember, he couldn't answer. He cried because he couldn't answer it, and how he losing people now because he can't, answer what's going on, like how you brought out before,
That's right. That's right.
That was like a terrible video. That cat was such an idiot, and whoever follows him is dumb, because they were mad at him because he did not let them prophesy the coronavirus.
Damn.
And they were dead. Now everybody's dead, and they going, "Why didn't you warn us?" He kept saying that. Why didn't you warn us? As if he knows anything.
Right.
As if he can read his watch. As if he can tell time on a goddamn clock. Right. They were going to church that whole time thinking he was going to know the future. Your preacher can sing. And that's it.
That's right.
He can dance and he can do nothing else. He did not know about the coronavirus. His church is going to shut down. There's going to be a for sale, foreclosure sign for church.
Right. Like finally, them alligator shoes going back in the closet. But Muhammad, if I could, you hit on something that's so damn heavy that I don't know if we've reiterated this enough. I know we mentioned it, but
you too low in the room. Is that Esmeralda?
Is that me?
You back up now. Go ahead, sir.
Okay, Salakia. You hit on something. Let me know if I get too low again.
No, sir.
All right. Like you hit on something that is so fundamental and such a blow to the witchcraft of these religions of today. And that is the fact that these preachers do not know the future. And what goes along with that is this whole thing of them healing. This healing, this prophesying the future, this this psychic line, all this ain't listen, not a single psychic saw the pandemic coming. This Clarice, nobody. You sit up there like what's supposed to happen is you're supposed to go in and see Miss Clarice and say, Miss Clarice, is my husband cheating on me? And she's supposed to say, well, I can't see your husband cheating on you, but there's a coronavirus coming. Everybody out.
Damn mask on. We gonna all be dead.
You know what I'm saying? Why that preacher putting his hand on you, talking about shamalama, like he was supposed to say, with all that I see, I done got a message from God. Every week that nigga got a message from God. But the Lord ain't tell the nigga about the coronavirus. And the coronavirus hit his ass. Like, once again, that is a major blow to the witchcraft that has kept Black and Latino people and Native Indian people captivated by these BS artists, man. And because of it, have made them, these BS artists, rich. Remind me so much in the book of Acts when Paul I think it is, talked about how how they had this man who bewitched the people. Get that for me if you could, real quick. You die. Like they bewitched our people for so many years with this fake ability to heal and this fake ability to prophesy what was going to happen, and this fake ability that God has given them visions and insights and this and that, when meanwhile, none of them knew about that COVID. Right. You understand? Like ain't none of them know about that COVID. And once again, if I could, on the last note on that heavy point you brought out, and all you fake Israelites that got up there and said, don't take the vaccine. They're going to eat your flesh. They're going to eat your baby.
You're going to become a zombie.
You're going to become a zombie. They're going to harvest your organs. You are a bunch of stupid false prophets, man. You are a bunch of false prophets, fake, false, fake ass, fakety fake Hebrew Israelite fakes. Because you sat up there and scared black people to death for your own gain. Instead of taking the stance with the Most High, you didn't know what the hell was the case either. That's why you prophesied a lie. Because you didn't know, like the scripture said. Give me one more, if I could, y'all. Bear with me 1 second, Jeremiah, because you brought out something that was real heavy. Yediah also pulled that scripture where the Lord said, prophesy smooth things that we say in the book of Isaiah. I'm going to read both of those real quick and I'm going to get up off it. Like what you brought out is heavy, Muhammad. Like that witchcraft that they've had us knuckled down under for so long, now finally coming to the end. And like I brought out before, I've had many battles with sisters on the streets. Y'all know, where they talked about Benny Hinn or this one or that one, saying they got that they touched people and healed it. Right. You don't see none of them shows on no more. Where all them shows at? Where all them old religious shows where they going in there touching people on the head and healing them from the coronavirus?
Yeah.
What's his name? That one that's head of that big church down there in Texas. The main cat, the one they love so much, they treat him like he's the white Jesus. He locked his doors in him in Houston. He locked his doors during the flood.
Come.
Osteen, sir.
Osteen, that's the one. Have y'all heard from Osteen during the pandemic? Has Osteen got out and healed during the pandemic? Hell no, he hasn't.
Or what about that pastor, the biggest famous one that said, I rebuke you, Corona. I blow on you.
Yeah.
He's a Mike Cat. What's his name on the eyes?
Kenneth Copeland.
Yeah.
He said he would cancel Corona, man. That's it.
Yes.
It's over. Yes. Come on, Corona. Now let's go back. Corona's over, y'all. Meanwhile, every half of the church dead.
God. So which shows you that once again, black people should thank the Most High. Like I hate to say it, but we should thank the Most High. I got to add one if I could, one last one if I could.
Yes, sir.
Yediah, get also the third one, the third scripture. Get the scripture where Moses, where the Lord brought the plague down on Israel. And Moses had to go out there with the incense and stop them. And the censer, and then turned around and hated Moses for it. Like if you could get that, but you got to get right to the point because I don't want to take up too much time. You understand? So that's evil as hell. There he go. He rebuked. He rebuked the corona, but the corona, listen, he rebuked the corona and it came back with the Delta variant. Like he rebuked, and if I could, you don't want to play too much of this because they'll come up against you with that one. They'll flag you on that. But what I was going to say is that what's so heavy about it is that they believed. The people that were following them believed wholeheartedly that they had power and authority over the COVID when the Lord brought the COVID on them, man. And once again, we were the only ones. We were sitting so low. Nobody wanted to say God brought the coronavirus because the coronavirus was killing people. So, of course, it was unpopular to say this is coming from the Lord. So nobody was going to say it. But the I.S.U.P.K did say it. And of course, now everybody knows, everybody coming out now saying, oh, yeah, it's a plague from God. It's a plague from God. But back when it first came out, didn't nobody want to say that. We was the ones that had to come out and say, this is coming from the Most High. We had to be the one. Then, of course, everybody jumped on board and opened their mouth and said something about it. When nobody wanted to say nothing because it was killing people. And once again, like this, the coronavirus, again, last point, Salakia, y'all, I'm running a little bit. Bear with me a second. The coronavirus has been the Lord's way of teaching the world a lesson about the lies that they have been teaching and spreading for so many years. Yediah, run them for me. If I could, y'all. Y'all bear with me one quick second. I'm going to be short.
This is the book of Acts, chapter 8 and verse 9. But there was a certain man called Simon, which before time in the same city used sorcery and bewitched the people of Samaria.
And let me stop you right there, just so people, you brothers and sisters, and they can go back. Tell them what chapter and verse this is.
Colonel Khan, sir. Acts chapter 8 and verse 9. Acts chapter 8. You can go back and read it because I'm not going to read the whole chapter. But what I wanted to bring out was this: that sorcery and that it's talking about in there, that's not no spiritual power or some ability to do nothing. That sorcery is just what Murad threw up on the TV set. That's the sorcery, meaning he just lied to these people. Just like every Christian preacher in America, he just sat up there and lied to these people. Lied to them about God, lied to them about the future, lied to them about the tragedies that was coming. And the coronavirus exposed every lying preacher for what the hell he was, a liar. Because not only did the corona come, but now the Delta variant came. And it said that these people bewitched these people in the past. And for those of you that go back and read the story, Peter and Paul and them brothers went down in there, and I believe it was Paul and Barnabas that went down in there, and when they prophesied and woke them brothers and sisters up, man, them brothers and sisters got away from that witchcraft. And the witchcraft was so heavy that when Paul left, when you go back and read the story, when Paul left, the people started calling them Mars and Venus. And they had to run back to the city a second time. The witchcraft was so bad that the minute they left, they had to run back to the city, man, and tell the people, no, you got to give the honor onto the Most High, not onto Jupiter and Venus and all this witchcraft that you've been taught. And that's what's going on in your church, man. These churches are teaching our people sorcery, lies about a fake future and a fake prosperity, and the coronavirus shut that mess down, man. Yeah. And that was a blow by the Lord. Go ahead.
And General, I also remember when that old Governor Cuomo, they thought they was done with the coronavirus. Mm-hmm. He said, see, we stopped it. And he said, God didn't stop it. He said, your faith didn't stop it. He said, we stopped it. It's math.
Damn.
You know, he claimed credit for stopping it.
Oh my God! Somebody get that quote.
That's a good one.
Con, I'll send it to you now.
Oh my God! He said that. Go ahead, General, please.
If you ever want to, Commander General Yohanna said was so heavy and something I always forget. So many people think that their pastor or their psychic has power. Some either power on the righteous side, or some, like astrology, you think they might have power on the left-hand side. None of it has any power.
That's right.
That's the mystery to life, to know that there is no power at all in church or in astrologers or in fortune telling or in your choir. There is no supernatural power at all. If you want to understand church, this is the best way that I think, Mayak, you could understand it. Get a baby that's crying, sing to him, and he will fall asleep.
Come.
And that's church.
Yep.
Okay. And it starts at a baby.
That's right.
He's screaming, sing. Sing to the baby, and he will fall asleep. That's not supernatural power. It's more of an understanding of human nature. And there are people that just understand human nature. They have psychics that go in their crowd and go, there's someone in here with someone. Is there someone in your life with a J in your name? How about in this room right here? Anybody you know with a J? They do that because they know that John is the most popular name with men.
Come.
And if you get 300 people in the room, someone will go, My father's name is John. Your father, that's true. I talked to him. He told me everything is going to be all right. It's just sing to a baby and they stop crying. It's the songs, the gospel. It works when you're 5 months. It works when you're 57. Salakia, sir.
Listen, you right. You so right, Ak. And once again, thanks be to the Most High that He allowed that coronavirus to expose it.
There you go.
So horribly. Go ahead, Marah, play that video because I'm gonna be amazed right now. Right now, they impeaching him right now. Like, he done played with the Most High, and now he's being impeached.
God.
Like, once again, his arrogancy of an Edomite to believe that God didn't do it, but he did it. Go ahead, Maya.
No, I wasn't gonna say that, sir. You're right. I'm agreeing with you.
Like that's some amazing arrogancy, man. Go ahead, Marah Salakia.
Tomorrow. It is directly a result of what you do today. The number is down because we brought the number down. God did not do that.
Damn.
Fate did not do that. Destiny did not do that. A lot of pain and suffering did that. And that's why we look. The number is down because we brought the number down. God did not do that. Fate did not do that. Destiny brought the number down. God did not do that. Fate did not do that. Destiny did not do that. A lot of pain and suffering did that.
Let me tell you something. That is an arrogancy that is amazing against the Most High. Like, in the midst of the pandemic, he took credit for their ingenuity for lowering the numbers. Well, guess what? The numbers is back and you being impeached. God did it.
24 women accused him of sexual assault. God didn't do that.
God didn't do that.
He squeezed them titties. He squeezed them titties.
That wasn't destiny. That was luck.
God didn't squeeze them titties. He squeezed them.
He thought he was Donald Trump.
Like you said, God didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he squeezed them behind. You understand? He was kissing and slobbing all over what they call interns.
That's right. The secretaries and interns.
And a trooper. And
a state trooper. He squeezed out.
You're right. Fate didn't do that. Listen, the pandemic didn't do that. You did that. Now you need to get the consequences. Can I get your diet? Give me them last two, y'all, real quick, please.
Come. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 30, and verse 9. It says, that this is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of the Lord, which say to the seers, see not.
Right. Like, we've been a lying children. Our people sitting up in church, you can bring it back to us. Our people sitting in church, we've been lying children. We sitting in church, accepting that lie. I remember, like it was yesterday, I was shocked when Eddie Long got exposed for the child molestation he was exposed to, and that congregation came up with two of the biggest stacks of cash and handed him that cash before the congregation, and them women in that audience went ballistic. They were jumping and cheering. They cheered on a child molester and empowered him with the only carnal thing they knew to give him, which was their wealth. And here's a man that had voluntarily molested at least 5 children, took them around the world to have sex with them in other countries so he could never be charged for it. And the congregation loved him even more after being exposed. And he said something that was so vile when it came to what he had done. He said he was like David and he got 3 rocks and he going to slay Goliath. Like, he compared himself a exposed child molester. He compared himself to King David, who killed Goliath to save the nation of Israel, God's chosen people. This bastard compared himself to him, and instead sat up there and called, and said he was going to win like David, meaning he was going to empower himself in this child molestation. And that congregation was with him on it. And guess what? God shriveled him down to 98 pounds and killed his ass after that, and put his ass to death after that. And it was righteous what the Most High had done. You understand? It was righteous that happened, because it was so damn wicked for both him and the congregation to go and put that out there like that. To turn on the international airways. Once again, that can go out on the airways. But you say a word against these child molesters, man, and these sodomites, and you got a problem all over the World Wide Web. And it is so damn evil and hypocritical and wrong for them to do that. Well, guess what? No problem. No problem. You make your rules, and guess what? The Lord will make his rules.
That's right.
And now the coronavirus is killing like wildfire. Like you want to make your rules? No problem. The Lord made his rules. And now you need a prayer line on Facebook, because your churches are shutting down. And thanks be to the Most High, you deserve every bit of it. You wicked people that was in them churches, man, doing that. You die. Give me that last one if I could. I'm gonna get up off it, generals. I appreciate y'all letting me run.
Con on one con, sir. The book of Numbers, chapter 16 and verse 46. And Moses said unto Aaron, take a censer and put a fire therein off the altar, and put on incense, and go quickly unto the congregation, and make an atonement for them, for there is wrath gone out from the Lord, the plague has begun.
And you got the right line. He said the plague has begun. Once again, the Lord is the one that sends the plague out. We're the ones that send the COVID-19 out. And what did Moses do? He went and took that censer out there, man, and tried to and prayed to the Most High to stop this plague, because it was rightfully already started. Now, if you could, could you get to the part in that same story where they became angry at Moses after the Lord plagued them? This is the important part for every brother in the ISUPK and sister, because you're going to speak against them. This sodomy, you're going to speak against this, what's happening in the pandemic, and you're going to go against the grain. You're going to go against the popular part of the damn statement of this society, man. You're going to say what this society hates and reviles you to say, but you're going to be right to say it. And here's why you must say it. You must say it because it is what is going to save people's lives. Like General Muhammad brought out earlier, if we do not come out and say the coronavirus stopped your preacher from being able to tell people that he could heal people like a goddamn charlatan for money, if you do not say it, people will not know. People will not understand. They'll just believe. They'll believe, like you brought out, that some white man that looked like Damian Thorne can blow on a microphone and say, I rebuke the coronavirus. and ignorant people will believe it.
Yeah, I will come.
You understand? Ignorant people will believe it, and they will make him rich, and they will die from the coronavirus, because they'll say, my preacher rebuked the coronavirus in their arrogancy and in their ignorance, and they'll go out there and die. Just like the idiots following Donald Trump.
Yep.
And believing that it's a whole conspiracy from China about the coronavirus. If it is a conspiracy from China about the coronavirus, it's working, you idiot. If it is a damn conspiracy, well, guess what? The people dropping dead, that ain't no conspiracy. They actually are dying. They actually are, they actually are running out of ventilators. Okay? So it's a joke. And once again, if not for these great brothers and sisters in the ISUPK, man, You understand? And listen, and you know, without this, it would be a mess. I'm sorry. Your diet. Last part in that scripture.
Kanawa Khan, sir. This is the book of Isaiah, the book of Numbers, chapter 16 and verse 41. But on the morrow, all the congregation of the children of Israel murmured against Moses and against Aaron.
You see that? God brought the coronavirus, but they got angry because Moses was in charge of the Lord's message, and they hated him for it. That's why you hate the I.S.U.P.K. We the only ones. Man, tell me if I'm lying, Muhammad. When we came out and told people, go check with your doctor, and if your doctor say to take the vaccine, go take the vaccine. The Israelite world went crazy.
Oh, you broke the internet for about 4 days. Broke the internet.
Salakia. Like every fake ass charlatan jumped up and said every stupid ideology about the vaccine that they could come up with. And as a result, nothing was right that they said. And now we are hated. We got hated for it. And we told everybody right. We told, go check with your damn doctor. You sitting up there scared of the damn needle when you ain't scared of you ain't seeing bodies being put in a body bag. You not watching your friends and neighbors and brothers and sisters getting sick and in the bed in some back room in your house, nigh on to death, sweating to death, and you sitting up there listening to some clown tell you they're gonna harvest your organs. They're gonna harvest your organs. What a clown. You understand? And that's why they hated Moses. Yediah, read the next line and I'm off of it, y'all.
Kanawa Khan, saying, ye have killed the people of the Lord.
See that? You see that? That's what you want to say about us. You want to make us out to be the evil one. They made Moses out to be an evil man when he had delivered them out from under the hand of the Egyptians. And guess what? That's why the I.S.U.P.K is the way we are, because we are the only ones that is willing to say the things that's going on with Esau. You ain't going to no Israelite group, and they ain't telling you nothing about no cops. They ain't telling you nothing about the government. They ain't telling you nothing about your slavery in this kingdom. They ain't telling you about none of. Some of them even telling you to go join military service with these fake groups. You ain't hearing none of that except in the I.S.U.P.K. And some of y'all would rather us just sit here and go over scriptures like good little Israelites. You don't want to hear us talk about the massive murderous evil that's going on out here in this kingdom. Damn right, Yara Gabar. One way, one west. God damn it. Yara got it right. One way, one west. That's it. Come on, General.
Slakia, you just described the definition of cult.
Damn.
Is a relatively small group of people having religious beliefs or practices regarded by others, the masses, as strange or sinful. You understand? So when we say cult leader, we cult leaders. But that's right. Provincial was a cult leader. So that's
only 11 of them, man.
God, like that is ridiculous, man. That is so right. Like that is what you die. Finish the last line. I need to get up off it. I'm running too much. Go ahead.
Kanawa, ye have killed the people of the Lord. And when it came to pass, when the congregation was gathered against Moses and against Aaron, that they looked towards the tabernacle of the congregation, and behold, the cloud covered it.
Go ahead.
And the Kanawa, sir, and the glory of the Lord appeared. Moses and Aaron came before the tabernacle of the congregation, and the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, get ye from among this congregation, that I may consume them as in a moment.
Damn. Damn, the Lord, like they murmured against Moses after the Lord had put them to death for coming up against the words of the Most High. And the Most High came down, brother, with what you call a flying saucer. He came down with that glory on top of that tabernacle. They saw that flying saucer. And when they saw that flying saucer, they knew in that day that God was with Moses. And Moses got before that temple, and the Lord said, get away from these people here. I'm about to kill all of them. He said, get away from them. I'm about to kill every last one of them. And brother, you better watch how you speak against these prophets in the ISUPK.
Right,
you better watch your mouth
when
you speaking against them, because brother, the Most High might visit you over the wickedness that you refuse to let go of, that Moses tried to deliver us from, and that the prophets of the Lord deliver us from. When we tell you, get the hell out of these damn churches, even though you love church, believe in it, stand on it, you better do what we telling you to do, because they are a bunch of liars. I'm done. Salakia, y'all. The water for letting me run.
You there?
Never wear the blue again. Ex-Georgia deputy who bragged about beating black man claimed he charged people with crimes to keep them from voting is sentenced on weapons charge.
I mean, 20. Go ahead, you guys. Y'all jump in, please, gentlemen.
Colonel McCon, sir. A former Georgia deputy and U.S. Marine who bragged in messages with members of an extremist group that he had brutalized a black man in custody and that he intended to charge black people with felonies to keep them from voting was sentenced to 3 years and 8 months in prison, plus 1 year of supervised release on August 3rd in connection with the weapons charge.
A slap on the wrist.
That's it.
I mean, this Edomite, in other words, in essence, this Edomite will send brothers to jail for 10, 15 years. 10, 15 years on things they never did. And once again, this is why black people and Latino people, Native Indian people have a complete hatred for law enforcement. You understand? And let me just preface this by saying nobody should go out there and break the law. You shouldn't go out there. You don't have to break the law. We got a far higher mission. And breaking the law is what they want you to do anyway. They want you to be a criminal. Like criminals in America make America great. Criminals in America build prisons. Criminals in America gets money out of Congress. Criminals in America definitely gets politicians in office. You saw Donald Trump. You get the more crime you have, the greater chance of you getting a white racist Republican as a politician. Like Donald Trump used crime. And once again, these people they've been putting charges like this on us since the days they've been driving they horse and buggies as police officers after slavery and capturing us and putting charges on us and sending us back to the slave pits. This thing has been going on hundreds and hundreds of years. Salakia, go ahead, y'all.
Stark, and if I can, sir, this just that little piece in this story, it just remind me. I was talking about this with Yedaya on actually the prophets of how they hunt us young and try to get us on paper and get felonies on us, so that later on, when they pull us up and they pull our file, they say he had a felony when he was 18, when he was 17, so they could hit us, hit us with the book. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's right.
Meanwhile, it stemmed out of a story. Some Edomite killed his grandmama, stabbed his mother up, ran out the house, shot a few more people, beat up somebody, jumped in their car, shot at the police, and they was so bugged out. Or why? Because he ain't had no record. You know what I'm saying? Like, he had traffic tickets. That's it. Because they don't hunt them. Like, he's always been an animal. It's just you caught him probably on things that ain't, and give him a slap on the wrist.
Yeah. That's right.
But us, they want to get us on paper early. It's just one devil trying to put felonies on us to ruin our lives. You know what I'm saying? Now imagine a whole force of them across the country. Slakia.
And real quick, if I could, I'm coming to you right now, Haas, real quick. When they put them felonies on brothers from young, that's the end of their life as far as working damn near 95% of the jobs in this empire.
Yeah.
So they damn near, like, from that early felony, they damn near send you on the road to always being a criminal in your life. It damn near like you on the road now, because of course every job you're gonna apply for, you're not gonna get. You're gonna have to find another way to make money, where all the felons are trying to make a way to make some money if they don't go back to selling drugs or they don't have a connection. And it's a horrible, horrible thing that they put on us from young. And once again, if I could, just a personal issue real quick. I told you I was having my car fixed by a mechanic, and the car the mechanic had next to him had a stolen plate on it. I'm standing there talking to the mechanic. They locked me up. My car legitimate, everything. They locked me up and tried to put a felony on me. And I ain't had nothing to do with this car and this plate. But they locked me up anyway. And I was young. I had to be 17. My first car, they trying to put a felony charge on me. And that happened. That happened about 5-6 times when I was young like that, where they tried to put them charges. And I know tons of brothers who they did this to. And as a result, it leads them down the path of crime because, of course, they can't make no money no other way. Which is just a wicked, disgusting way that these people have treated the Lord's chosen people. I'm done with it. I'm off of it. I know I'm running. Go ahead, yo. Haas, go ahead. You was about to say something?
Slocky. So yeah, Con, I was gonna say, now they are not supposed to, and this will make it so evil what you and General Mayat said. When you get arrested for a certain charge, they are not supposed to go back in your record and bring it up in court at all. That is illegal. I remember when I was going to court and I locked the cat up and I saw his sheet. I said, see, he did this back then. They said, oh, no, you can't bring it up in court. But they do it anyway in a roundabout manner and try to bring it in on people. You understand what I'm saying? But they are not supposed to do that. That's totally illegal. Totally illegal. And for brothers out there that's listening, man, if you got something on your record from a while ago, man, you should go fight that and try to get that expunged. You understand what I'm saying? They got laws out here now to where a lot of crime that was happening, a lot of things happened before, you can get off your record. You got to take the time to go fight it. Even if you went to court. Let me give a real quick story, sir.
Get down.
I got arrested in Philly, I'm going to say, I was like 18 or 19. And I had a robbery charge. I had an ag assault charge. I had a whole bunch of charges, right? And I was trying to go in the East Hall military. Now, the guy never came to court, so I'm thinking it's done. The cat told me, he said, no, man, your record got to get expunged before you go anywhere. You can't go nowhere until he pushed it and got it expunged off my record. But if you don't push to have it expunged off your record, it's going to sit there. So you got to go and find out, hey, listen, I had this something, I got not guilty, and why is this still coming up? It got to be off my record. You got to push for it to happen because they are not going to take it off. They're going to leave it there for you.
You're right. And in some states, you have to file in court to have it expunged. Yep. Some states is like you got to go before a judge to get it, even though you've been found not guilty.
Yes, sir.
You still got to go file before a judge just to get it off your record. And of course, don't nobody even want that headache afterwards. Salaki.
Well, and then at the end, Salaki, this is just a side note. At the end of everything, you get it off your record, everything done, and you actually win. You still owe a lot of fees for just having to go through the process. Court fees.
You do. Come. That's correct.
Okay.
The Taliban has seized two more provincial capitals in Afghanistan as U.S. exit nears.
This, of course, sir, Joe Biden decided to pull the troops finally out of Afghanistan. I think it's been 24 years.
Damn. Has it been that long?
Since the invasion of Afghanistan after 9/11.
God.
2001?
20-something years.
Yeah, 20 years.
Wow. Afghanistan looks like South Bronx, too.
And so they're pulling their troops out, leaving a small force in just to make sure there no terrorists take over the land, which, of course, terrorists are going to take over the land. But now it's in full civil war, and the Taliban is taking back all of the territory that they lost this last 20 years and killing the government over there, the Afghanistani government, and about to just take the whole place back over again. And America fought a war there for 20 years, lost so many lives of women, men, thinking they were showing the love of their country. And now, of course, the Taliban is taking the place back. And that's
insane. So all 20 years of fighting, and they're just going right back to where it was.
Yeah.
Women, men, and children.
I bet you this much. I bet you the businesses over there are making a ton of cash and will continue to make a ton of cash long after the military is gone. I guarantee you that they got businesses, all that opium, all that oxycodone, and all that. You know, ain't none of that gonna stop flowing. You know what I mean? Like they was paying the government to flow that oxy. They'll just pay the Taliban to flow that oxy. That's all.
That's it.
You know what I mean? And you can best believe that all those things have been already pre-established. So, Salakia, go ahead.
Please. You die? Come.
In a defenseless position, South Carolina cop charged after stomping black man's head into concrete, thanks to 911 caller mistaking the black man's stick for a weapon.
We have video. Okay. Go ahead, please read more. You there?
Come. The South Carolina officer filmed stomping a black man's head into the concrete in late July has been fired and charged with first-degree assault and battery, according to the South Carolina Law Enforcement Division.
Say again?
They're going to play the video for you, sir.
Down the water.
Oh, you got rid of these commercials out.
I mean, stomp. I mean, he stomped the man. Go ahead. And if I could, while you reloading it, if I could. If I could, you die before you replay it. What is so horrific about this video and what is actual proof of terrorism is listen to the brother's voice, not the one that's being stomped half to death and being told to get on the ground while he's already on the ground, but the brother who is yelling, I had nothing to do with it. I had nothing to do with it. He is terrorized. That's terrorism. Play it again, you die. Marah Salakia. Like that's terror. That he's terror.
I absolutely laughed right out.
This video isn't on YouTube. You might have to go ahead, sir. We got some commercials.
Okay, Salakia. Like that is the problem. Like the problem is they are terrorizing black men. And once again, because some Edomite turned around and mistaken a stick for a weapon. Like, what weapon do you mistake a stick for? What, they think it was a rifle or something? Like, what do you mistake a stick for? That was on purpose to do exactly what they did. And in South Carolina also, that was to do exactly what they did.
God. And everybody should know they lie about that after Capitol Hill. After the Capitol, they know they had sticks. They know they had weapons and guns and feared for their life and still did not shoot none of them.
So right.
You know for a fact they knew he didn't have a gun. They went over to him to kick his head in the dirt.
Exactly.
If he'd have had a gun, they'd have been hiding behind their cars, taking cover because he had a gun. But they walked over to him to bash his head in because they knew full well they were in absolutely no danger from a gun.
General, I was going to say the same thing. I'm looking at a little bit of a ride played, and the cat is trying to get on the ground. He kick him. Exactly. I mean, where's the weapon at?
No, he ain't trying to get on the ground. He is on the ground.
Yeah. Like they only assault you when they feel totally safe. That's the truth.
That's the key to remember that. When they feel absolutely as comfortable as in their mother's arms, that's when they're going to kick your teeth in and beat you and sick that dog on you. If they thought it was danger, they'd send a robot in there. They'd send one of them new robots they got, or they'd be hiding behind that car, screaming out from behind a tank. They bring one of them big black tanks down there and yell through a loudspeaker, put down your gun. But when you have nothing and you're just a man walking alone with no weapon, They're coming over to you to kick the teeth out of your mouth. Block you.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
And even this, they're going to try to blame. Here's the defense already built in when you're a cop. The defense is the 911 caller said he had a gun. So of course, you know, the defense is going to be, we were in fear about, we had to be so aggressive with him because we thought he had a gun. So we had to lock him down, make sure he laid on the ground. And that's how, before a few years ago, that's how cops beat cases.
Gun.
Just from straight up, we thought, done.
Yep.
Case closed.
Yep.
Well, he had no gun. We thought he did. Well, I understand. America's hero. You're free. Go home.
And rarely, I thought about this a while ago. Rarely do you hear those calls when they say, well, we got a call about somebody that looked like you. We got a call, and this is why we had to beat the hell out of them. You don't hear them calls.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
That call is how he's not, before, until 3 years ago, he wouldn't even got arrested. The call would have been
That's true.
because of the call. And he had no choice. That's why he kicked his teeth in, because he wanted to make sure that he subdued him because the call said he had a gun. He didn't have a gun. That's that caller's fault. You see, that caller caused all of this to happen, which is what this story is trying to do. Make it all the caller's fault. So, because really the cop was afraid. And so what could he do? You know, that's how they killed Tamir Rice.
That's right.
You know, they said it was some, teenager with a gun. I walked up, saw a toy gun. I counted to 1 Mississippi and I killed him.
That's right.
What choice did I have? The caller said it was a gangbanger out here with a gun.
So we had to come in hot. You know.
There you go. Go ahead.
If I may, sir, what y'all bringing out is so heavy. You know, not too long ago, there was multiple neighbors that was in Tennessee that said, hey, our neighbor is out here making bombs. And the police showed up and said, he ain't home.
No, hold on. No, the FBI showed up. Let's go above the regular cop. The FBI showed up and said what nothing they can do.
Yeah.
And this is so ubiquitous. Everybody goes through it. And let me tell you who uses this like a piano player uses an instrument. Black and Hispanic women. Black and Hispanic women know that whatever they tell that cop on the phone, he's coming in with all of the justification he needs to throw you down on the ground, beat you to death because your wife said this on the 911 call. And she knows it. She knows it, and she's been using the cops like a tool, like a like a screwdriver since when? The 70s?
Sir, yes.
Or 80s?
Yes, sir. Or they come in the crib and tell you to shut up.
Oh.
That's another one. That's another one of the things too. I had that happen to me. They came to my crib. They was telling me, you what did he say? Oh, hold on. It was like 10 of them in my house, and I was one in my mouth too. I ain't care. I ain't give a goddamn. I'm like, I don't know who. I said, listen, y'all guests in my house. You better watch what you say to me. And the cat will tell me, you know what this is. You better be quiet. I said, who the F you talking to? I said, man, mother F you, mother F her, mother, all of y'all by the fact. Then what you gonna do? Because I ain't commit no crime and I ain't shutting up. I was pissed off. Listen, it's like I was pissed off. But they use that against you. Like you can't even defend yourself and talk because she crying or because she said you did something. Man, I ain't trying to hear none of that, man.
And it's evil as hell, especially to lie on the 911 call simply because you're angry at your husband and you know that this lie will make a cop run in this door and treat your husband like a criminal when he's not. And not only is it illegal, but it's immoral. When you know that these police are looking for a reason to kill someone. Salakia, sir.
And then when they heard of you want to cry like, oh my God, I didn't mean for that to happen. It's too late. You don't open your damn mouth.
There you go. There you go. Salakia, sir.
No, listen, that what you saying. I couldn't say nothing because my skin was boiling. Like what y'all saying is so right. And once again, why black men, why the ISUPK is so in the hands of the Lord, and why black men, we have to become highly empowered, man. We got to take back our power. And we got to take back our power, man, and stop this evil that's been overthrowing us for years, and them allowing to use Esau to do this. I cannot wait till we set up gated communities in the middle of the hood. It's going to be a beautiful thing. You understand? I can't wait till we are the ones that own our own housing, where we are the ones that, you know, when they want to run up and brutalize somebody, they got to run into a gate, and that gate will say to stay the hell out. You understand? And you know, the women that do these kind of evil things, the brothers, you should watch out too, because the Lord will change the mood when it comes to you. Like after a while, the Lord will change the mood and make it where these cops get tired of you calling them on their husbands, and after a while, they'll start charging you for false charges. They'll come back and charge you for false charges and start locking you up in jail and start taking custody from you for that shit. Because a lot of you are like y'all brought out, a lot of you out there are doing this evil thing towards brothers, and it is so evil to do. It's because America has taught our women that you just free to do what you want. That if you wake up tomorrow and decide you don't want your husband, or you mad at your husband, whatever, you can just throw him out like the trash. And you, being the weaker vessel, are not as compassionate as you're supposed to be towards your husband. So you follow that script. Once again, the Most High has been so kind to us, in ways that we can't even imagine. Like his care and love for us has been in ways that we could not even measure. Without those scriptures in Genesis explaining the beguilement of the serpent, we would not understand what is happening to our women in America. But because we understand the beguilement of that serpent, we also understand what is happening to our wives, that our wives are being beguiled by this beast. They're being empowered by this beast. They're given laws by this beast. And of course, our women think it's a good thing. They think this is a good thing because now women can't be abused by men. Women can't this, women can't that. Domestic violence, blah, 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 blah. When it really comes down to it, bro, there are cases where brothers are out of control with sisters, but much, much more, there are many, many more cases where women are abusing brothers and abusing their manhood and abusing their authority and speaking to them in such a derogatory and demeaning way, and not because of any crime that they commit, but because you have the power to do it and you cannot resist the power to do it. That, once again, when you go all the way back to the Virgin Mary, to Ashtaroth, the Greek gods and the Roman gods, all of them empowered the Wonder Woman and all that, Catwoman. All of them empower women because there is an aphrodisiac in women that women it's almost impossible for them to resist. And that aphrodisiac is the ability to have power over a man. To strip a man of his manhood is an aphrodisiac at the doorstep of every black woman, Latino and Native Indian woman. And unless you come into the truth and resist that demon, that serpent will beguile you like he beguiled Eve in the garden. And destruction and hell comes in right afterwards. And brothers that know this and understand this, they resist it. They resist it, and they must resist it. Black men, Latino men, and Native Indian men must be re-empowered over this evil with these women, man. Salakia. I didn't even mean, I was boiling. I didn't even mean to get back in, but boy.
So can I say one more thing too about this whole incident?
Please jump in, huh?
Okay. Even the way when you see the video, right? You see the video, right?
John, go ahead, General.
If the cop really wasn't fair, he would not have approached neither one the way he did. If he thought a weapon was there or somebody had a gun, he'd have been more cautious instead of just running up on him the way he did. You know what I mean? If two guys here, why are you running up on him if somebody may have a gun? You're going to fall back, call for backup, wait till they get there, keep them where they at, and then you approach cautiously to see if a firearm was somewhere near there. He wouldn't have done what he did. That's that rage that's inside of him that made him do what he did. You know what I mean? Which is why he couldn't control it. Is why he stomped that cat in the head the way he did. Exactly what's going on.
God, that's heavy. Like he wouldn't. they would have once again, if I could, Haas, what you're saying is so heavy in this, and Muhammad and Maya brought it out as well earlier, that this Edomite does not reward submission. He doesn't reward you when you submit to his society. Okay, he doesn't reward that. He unfortunately, he becomes more violent when you submit to him. Yeah. He becomes more vicious when you submit to him, which is why, as a people, we should be resisting him. I'm not talking about resisting a cop that's trying to arrest you or something like that. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about as a people. If we don't resist this man as a people, he never stops abusing you. That's why it's gone on for 400 years. It's gone on for 400 years because our preachers have taught us submit. They have come up with 1,000 ways to convince us to submit to this kind of inhumane abuse for 400 years. And as a result, he gets worse. Go ahead, General. I see you got it. Go ahead,
General. You didn't hit all the nails all over the head, General. That's a heavy point because, like you just said, these pastors and churches, they teach us to submit, in the hopes and faith that we'll get love one day. Yeah. But this ain't that kind of animal. No. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He just got you more. Yeah. Salaki.
And if I could, General Muhammad, you probably remember this. That's good. Such a good point, General Muhammad. You got to remember this. We was having a conversation, you and I believe it was you and I, and we were talking about how somebody had got a settlement. I forget who I was talking with, but it was this week. I was talking with somebody, and we was reading. It might have been Captain Malquad, but we were reading a story about how one of these municipalities had a settlement with some black people who had been abused, and part of the settlement was that the black people had to say that they forgive the people who perpetrated this against them. And it had opened up a whole world of understanding. You hearing people get up and say, well, I forgive them. You hearing that a lot from black people. Lo and behold, we finding out now that that's part of the settlement. And guess what? These Christian preachers who got lawyers in these cases, they are accepting that to win the money because they're going to get millions of dollars and they're going to get their fee when the municipality tells them that they have to say they forgive the municipality or the cops or whoever it is that mishandled them. The lawyers is not saying, no, we resist that. Instead, the lawyers are telling them, yes, we accept that. And the whole reason is they say, we need you to say you forgive them just so that you don't stir up everybody to resist them. And so that they turn around and say, we forgive them at the end. And even sometimes before the case even gets settled, the minute the lawyers get involved, they immediately start getting the family to say, we don't want anybody protesting. We want everybody we want to let the justice system work. They start saying that so that they can get ready for that settlement money, so that they can submit under that settlement, and then they can get their money, and then they be gone. They don't give a damn about the issue or even the family member who got wiped the hell out. And sometimes it causes a split in the family. That's why sometimes you turn on the news and the bulk of the family is saying they forgive the cop and all that, but then there's one family member or two family members that say, I don't forgive them. I don't accept none of that. And those family members, they're the ones who's not getting the settlement. They're the ones not getting the check. So they just come out with it and say that, these people are horrible. What they did is evil. My family member deserves justice. While the other family members say, well, we forgive them. We this, we that. That's how it usually goes down. And if I could, last point, Muhammad, you brought out a good point about these sisters getting these cops to come brutalize brothers. Remember the brother who recently the cop shot in the back when he went to his minivan. Remember that brother? You remember that story? I forget the brother's name. So Locke, forgetting his name. Remember that he went around the car, and they said he had a knife in the car.
Oh, right.
And they shot him in the back. When you go back to that story was based on a 911 call because he was taking the car and taking his children with him. And some Eve called 911 and said he ain't supposed to be here. He's taking these children the way he's not supposed to be taking his children. And that brother ended up dead because she would not let him take his own children. Like, that's the kind of mess that goes on. And of course, at the end, they just settle and say, they try to get the family to settle and say, we forgive them for what they did. And brother, that's a sad song in this kingdom. And once again, why the Lord is burning down a third of the country.
If I could, what you said, it just reminded me of something, that situation I brought out. That I was so vocal because I knew I was innocent. And I wasn't going to let nobody charge me with something I didn't do. I didn't do. So I was innocent. And you know how I knew I was innocent. But then the supervisor pulled me to the side outside and said, man, look, listen. She's trying to set you up. This order is not even an order to where you got to leave the house or XYZ. This order is saying y'all can still stay in the same house, but you can't speak to one another. In essence, he said, yo, she's trying to set you up, man. If I was you, bro, I would just leave the house for the weekend, go to court of money, get it to the squads, and deal with it some other kind of way, legal way. But watch yourself. It's what I was told by the supervisor. And I knew I was innocent, was maybe be so vocal. You know what I mean? He knew I was innocent and pulled me to the side and told me, explained to me the whole situation. There wasn't even that type of order to where, I had to leave the house or I had to do this. It wasn't even that. It didn't even say that. It was something totally different. You know what I mean? And once again, this calling 911, like they say, is what they use to get you.
And listen, and it's so evil in this that the 12 tribes of Israel have such a great sense of justice. Like a black man sitting in his house being dragged out his house in front of his babies for something he did not do by a white man with a gun on his hip is such a heinous crime against a black man. It's such a heinous crime. In essence, you don't have no home. You don't have no family. You don't have no authority over your family. You are a servant to whatever this woman decides, because in essence, that white man is her husband. Like her husband is him. He's her husband and not you. And anytime you get out too far out of line, she just go call her real husband, which is him. And he come in with real authority and real power and completely humiliates you, takes your home, takes your children, takes your ability to parent, just tries to destroy you in a moment. And of course, a ignorant, uneducated woman in the truth, and especially a woman in church who's taught to ignorantly empower herself like an animal. Of course, she don't have no clue what evil she is doing in these houses. And once again, it's why the Lord is burning down a quarter of the damn country, man. What you're saying is so right. And listen, and if I could, Haas, those events are so traumatic to Black, Latino, and Native Indian men that they never ever forget them. They never ever forget them. And only through the grace and the Most High in this truth do brothers ever really forgive their wives. Them cats in the world, that brother will live with you for 20 years and hate your stinking guts after that. He'll stay with you because he loved them children. He'll put up with your BS because of that, but he'll go out there and make sure he have a life somewhere else, because he'll just look at you as a filthy, disgusting piece of garbage. And only because of the I.S.U.P.K. do we teach brothers to forgive these sisters that do what amounts to a damn near murder to a brother. It's damn near the next step to murdering his soul, some nonsense like that. And imagine for a brother that doesn't have the knowledge of the Most High, imagine what happens when you got to go back to that house. Imagine the next time. Imagine the next time that you get ready to enforce your authority in that house. What's got to go through the back of your mind? You about to stop some nonsense in this house that needs to be stopped. But before you open that mouth for that split second, the thing that's in your mind is, if I exert my authority, this could result in the real father of this house showing up, a white man with a gun on his hip. And brother, that in itself is just a horrific scenario. That in itself is next to gutting a black, a Latino, or Native Indian man's soul. That's the next step to gutting his soul. And of course, her stupid, simple behind going to church every week and letting some homosexual tell her about how she need to be that woman, thou art loose, how you need to be loose and you need to have power and you need to this and you need to that. And of course, she walks around like she knows better and has the thing right and has no clue the horrific, traumatic terrorism she just unleashed on you in your own house. And then you wonder, then you sit up there and say, well, the problem is these black men are deadbeats. And the same preachers then turn around, and now that them preachers have gotten your woman to destroy your household, those preachers now turn around and tell their politician friends who are sitting in church, you know, these black men are not taking care of their children. You need to pass laws. You need to pass laws that force them to take care of these children. When meanwhile, they're running out of the house because of the terrorism that you are performing on them, the terrorism that you are giving to them every single day. And once again, if they get a taste of it, they can't stop in many cases. Like they can't stop destroying you because it feels so good. They preach it and told them don't you take nothing off no man. God this and God that. And they feel so righteous eating your soul alive, these Christian women. And as a result, you run out of the damn house, and then they pass draconian laws to take the rest of your money and put you in the street. This is a horrible, horrible thing that is happening to us. And brother, only through the truth, only through the real strength of this can you, one, re-empower yourself over these sisters, and number two, you can turn around and forgive her, which for many brothers, it's an extremely hard thing. A lot of y'all brothers is way better than me because I've found it difficult. I've found it difficult, but y'all are great men, the great men of God, and thank the Lord for you. You understand? You know what I mean? Because otherwise, brothers would not know how to make it back. Salakia, I'm done with it. Salakia. You know what I mean?
Ready to rock, sir?
Please, General, please.
Khan. Portland police don't intervene as Antifa and Proud Boys battle in the streets.
I believe this is in Portland, Oregon, sir. We have video. I believe this is Portland, Oregon.
Come.
They had a big riot with the Proud Boys. You remember them, sir? The Proud Boys.
Sure.
I forgot they existed.
For sure.
God. They snitched on every man, his brother in there.
Yes.
They snitched. They turned to the left and the right and snitched on whoever they saw. To the left and the right.
God.
So now they're in jail, most of them. That cat you battle, give Commander General YAHANNA a hand, destroyed that cat. And all the brothers that set it up, Mashak and the brothers in Florida, get them a hand.
Damn right.
Well, the Proud Boys is gone.
God.
So they're not around anymore. They're gone. So the remnant of them are having a fight with the police in Portland, and I believe Antifa. Right there. The Proud Boys and Antifa, they're polar opposite.
God.
Lex Luger. Big fight in Portland, Oregon, and the police just sat back and watched it.
Damn.
I believe we have video of that.
Damn. using ordnance. Or is that the cops using the ordnance, or is that them?
Let's go. Yes, let's go. Let's go. Hey, let's go. Get up. That seat over. Get that stick. Let me see.
Like the cops ain't beating none of them to death.
I could, sir.
Damn. Go ahead, General.
These white gangs are destroying the inner city.
Yes, they are.
Has got to do something about these white gangs.
That's
They're
right.
destroying the cities of America, these white gangs.
Yes, they are.
Everywhere they're fighting in the street, they're exploding bombs.
That's right.
The police need to crack down on this white on white crime because it is destroying the cities of America.
Right. Where are the riot squads?
Mm-hmm.
Where are the water hoses? Where are the German shepherds? Where are the German shepherds? Like the German shepherds should be in the midst of this. Like them German shepherds will clear that street in 5 minutes.
Yes, they would, General.
So what the hell is going on?
Can you imagine if the gangster disciples and the black disciples had a giant war in the middle of the street? The cops would bring those big black tanks down.
Yes.
Kill everybody, let alone those horses. I don't know how they breed them horses big. Them horses is about 4 times as big as other horses.
Yes. Almost big as a Clydesdale.
10 feet tall. They take the horses down, just stomp you down to death. Meanwhile, they're shooting, it looks like ordnance at each other with police. They have equipment.
Yeah, listen, they got shields. They got shields, batons, helmets, and they shooting bear spray, which is, I mean,
bear spray.
If you've been maced, that bear spray is about 10 times worse than mace. Salagia, go ahead, General Salagia.
It is just these are 2 white gangs, and the police are allowing them to run amok in the inner city. Salakia, sir.
Yeah, you're right. You absolutely right. And they said the police, according to Yediah, according to that story, the police just let it happen.
And because of the Capitol riots, the Capitol insurrection, we know exactly why the police let it happen. Because this gang would shoot the cops. That's why. And they know that the cops do not want to shoot Antifa or the Proud Boys because they know if they start it, they cannot win because they have more guns than the police. Police are actually in danger. So what do? Mind their damn business. Let them fight each other. God. They minded their business for the Capitol riots. The Capitol insurrection. They had video at the hearing in Congress of police officers just opening the gate.
Damn.
So they're asking, well, why would he open the gate? I'm listening. Well, why in the hell do you think he opened the gate? To not beat to death.
Exactly.
Why he opened the damn gate? He saw that mob. He said, right this way. Right in. He's not getting beat to death. He was in real danger. So what does he mind his business and open the gate? That's what he did. Put his gun away and lock it up tight under his damn belt. Put it in his because he doesn't want them to return fire, so he's not going to fire.
Right.
That's exactly why they are not going to get involved with Antifa and the Proud Boys. They're not firing because then Antifa and the Proud Boys will return fire.
Which means, in essence, when police really fear for their life, they are non-violent.
There you go.
Damn.
That's the truth, man.
And they know too, sir. Them backpacks they got. Them backpacks got them guns in them backpacks.
Yes.
Damn.
They got them guns in them backpacks, and they know it.
Damn. I
They
never
know
even
them
thought about
backpacks
that.
with firearms.
I never even thought about that. They prepared to step it up. If one side step it up, the other side prepared to step it up as well. Well, damn. You know what I mean? Because that's insane. And if
That's why they got folding stocks on them. They got the real short barrel firearms, the folding stocks. It's a bag.
And where do they get them shields from? I might want a couple of them shares for them. I kind of like them old shares.
Johnny, how you want to get out there with the phone?
I was looking at that. It was like a tank, General. I said, "Oh, you look good, there, General." I said, "I can't see me in it, but you was wow."
Good, I didn't know my card.
You dying? Go ahead, please.
The United Nations climate change report sound code red for humanity.
So this is the global warming story. Some United Nations group did a test on global warming, and according to them, it's time's up because it's so much terrible that our oppressor has just been a terrible landlord, a terrible steward over this planet, and so now because of that, everything is poisoned. The air is not fit to breathe. The water is not fit to drink because our oppressor has done a terrible job in his time of watching over this earth. And the UN is going to talk about it right now.
And can I just say something on what you just said, if I could, General? It's amazing. It's amazing how in all the thousands and thousands of years that this earth has existed, that no other nation has destroyed the earth so much that it's about to wipe out the way of life on the earth, except for Esau. Like, which lets you know, if y'all looking for aliens, don't be looking for no green men. I'd be looking at these Edomites. Like them blue eyes, they might be alien genes. Like them blue eyes might be from another goddamn planet because these animals have destroyed the entire planet. And no other nation has ever done that in the history of man on this earth, except them and the Most High, who's about to destroy it again to cleanse the earth of them. Salakia, go ahead.
You die. Yeah, come.
It says global warming is dangerously close to spiraling out of control, a UN climate panel said in a landmark report Monday, warning the world is already certain to face further climate disruptions for decades, if not centuries to come.
Keep going.
Khan says humans are to blame for the report from the scientists at the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, and its rapid action to cut greenhouse gas emissions could limit some impacts, but others are locked in.
Yeah, that's what they always say, humans are to blame. I don't remember doing none of this.
Exactly.
I did some things, but I ain't do that. I ain't you can't pin that one on me, sir. Go ahead. But if humans did all this, sir. Go ahead.
Khan. The deadly heat waves and the gargantuan hurricanes and other weather's extremes that are already happening will only become more severe.
And that's it. And so they're going to go in all the factories and all of the ways that they destroy the environment to make money. That's right. What it all comes down to, and that's why it can't stop.
That's right.
They would have to lose money for it to make the earth better.
That's right.
They cannot lose money. And some of it's some things in the United States in the criminal code where companies could go to jail, their CEOs could go to jail if they didn't pursue profit with all of their might.
Listen, you're right.
Like with publicly traded companies.
That's right.
To pursue profit. It's their obligation to do it. And that means these fish just got to die.
That's right.
The ozone layer just has to get smaller and smaller and thinner, and the poor little tortoise with that straw in his nose, he's catching hell. He got to keep that straw in his nose, and that's it, because he has to make money. So, like you, sir.
No, listen, you so right. And then and those that was so silly about it is this: those that are fighting them, they fighting them to get a carbon tax so they can tax the countries for the carbon. So one set of thieves want the building, want the businesses to run. Another set of thieves want to shut the businesses down or charge the country a carbon tax and make money that way. So either way, they could care less about the earth, but they do care about getting every dollar they can. So both sides fighting about the whole goddamn thing, which is a damn joke. Hey, listen, fam, that's about our time, man. ISUPK.com is our website, man. I want to thank the heavy hitters in the building tonight, holding it down with me, General Muhammad, General Maka'ala, General Hazayan in the building. I want to thank also Officer Marah, Yedaya, and Ibad for doing a hell of a job holding us down. All these brothers doing this job, holding us down. You know what I mean? Marah got us sounding real good on the microphones tonight. You know what I'm saying? So, last thing I want to say is the Captain Tazaryak and the New York Posse got the barbecue coming up. Check the calendars on that. Be up in the barbecue in the building. And you know what I'm going to say. Pay your tithes. ISUPK.com. Put them tithes in the box. Take care of this family. Keep this work going. Keep spreading this gospel, man. Let's do it, fam. I'll see y'all next time live on the UPK, y'all. Shalom.
Boy, Shigluch, LOX Steve. Yo, what up, y'all? It's your boy, Shigluch, LOX Steve Block, Silverback. Hey, yo, right now I need to shout out the I.S.U.P.K classes. I want to give a huge, big, humongous shout out to all the UPK schools. Shout out to Blackwatch, hosted by General YAHANNA. Yo, what up, y'all? It's your boy, Shigluch, LOX Steve Block, Silverback. Hey, yo, right now I need to shout out the I.S.U.P.K classes. I want to give a huge, big, humongous shout out to all the UPK schools. Shout out to Blackwatch, hosted by General YAHANNA. Yo, what up, y'all? It's your boy, Shigluch, LOX Steve Block, Silverback. Hey, yo, right now I need to shout out the I.S.U.P.K classes. I want to give a huge, big, humongous shout out to all the UPK schools. Shout out to Blackwatch, hosted by General YAHANNA.
UPK, them recent profits, we gon' bring it out. Still in the hood with the ox. Setting up zones every block. Motherfucker, so I'm ready to block.
You are now tuned in to the I.S.U.P.K and the Commander General YAHANNA. We the watchmen over our people. You understand? We taking over every block, every radio station, every social media platform. Blackwatch.
Still in the hood with the ox. Setting up zones every block. Protectors of the people, Blackwatch. UPK, them recent profits, we gon' bring it out. Still in the hood with the ox. Setting up zones every block. Protectors of the people, Blackwatch. UPK, them recent profits, we gon' bring it out.
Still UPK, still undefeated.
Still one West, still keep the heat up, still in the streets, still on the block. My people need healing, priests and prophets, bring it out. Black watch. The white man is the devil, drop dead and kick rocks. Blood of an Israelite, this for the 12 tribes. I'm a soldier, motherfucker, so I'm ready to block. Cause the line play with your life. Now who they talking about that UPK? Long beards and them niggas with them boots and braids. Raising up the children of Israel every goddamn day. Warfare, angry black men with phrase. UPK, motherfucker. Still in the hood with the ox. Setting up zones every block. Protectors of the people, Black Watch. UPK, them priests and prophets, we gon' bring it out. Still in the hood with the ox. Setting up zones every block. Protectors of the people, Black Watch. UPK, them priests and prophets, we gon' bring it out.
Still in the hood, in the field, in the streets, still trying to wake our people up. Even though they sleep, we the sheep being led astray by these wicked bastards. Whitey the devil push their agenda through these Christian pastors. Throw us in the ghettos, we adapt to that. Fuck them 40 acres in the mule, they can have it back. UPK soldiers on the rise and we ain't having that. In the kingdom we gon' rule the earth, just imagine that. Fuck Obama, fuck Trump and fuck Biden. The righteous and wicked forever colliding, it will not stop. And when we get the order, then we riding. When the warlords come outside, them devils hiding. Nigga, Black Watch.
Still in the hood with the ox. Setting up zones every block. Protectors of the people, Black Watch. UPK, them priests and prophets, we gon' bring it out. Still in the hood with the ox. Setting up zones every block. Protectors of the people, Black Watch. UPK, them priests and prophets, we gon' bring it out.
Young Billy.